Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Online maintenance and service app inside. Today I need to integrate this here. The map parts need to develop here. We need to not use this here the open street maps, but we need to this open street map advanced versions need to use this here the Flutter maps and to popular plugins inside the pub space. We need to use here and also need to various combinations we need to providing like the polygon lines, polygons like this many functionality providing here and to more details in the all functionality available. That's why I need to every project inside need to use this here the Flutter maps need to using not use this here the Google Maps because Google Map is the paid versions. That's why not use this here. Now we need to how to integrate this library inside the Flutter projects. First of all, we need to see this here the UI inside the XD files. Now look like this UI need to develop this here inside the Google Maps. Now first of all, we need to go inside the space and to find out here the Flutter Maps 7.0.2 versions. We need to use this here and now need to installing here the process need to show here. Now need to go install the installings. Now need to use this here the Google Map dependency. Now we need to go here's and now need to swap space files opens and to put this here this codes and also need to check this here the other examples. Now need to go examples and to installations parts need to show here and to give this here the puts other additional plugins let long to need to use install here. Now need to first of all the find out here this lives inside the now need to import here let longs and to call this here the libs like here's and to save here's because this is the important part because to working this here the latitudes and longitudes. That's why to most important these plugins are the importance here's and now also need to another make sure need to one conditions need to apply inside the Androids need to needs because need to given this here the internet permissions. Now need to go inside the app folders, then select this here the source folders, then select here the main folders. Inside we need to go this here the Android manifest files and to give this here the like internet permissions. Make sure need to given here, otherwise not working this map here. Then after now this is the edit done and now need to creating our UI. First of all now need to go inside the maps and to go this here the basic widgets and to copy this code and to use this here. Now we need to go find out here the book service and we need to use here the remove this space and to call this here the expand and to use this here the UI develop. First of all need to write down here the Flutter maps we need to showing here, then after need to calling like this you are similar to info window. Now import this here the Flutter map plugins and also need to use this here the these controllers need to define here the outsides need to write down here the final map controller and to give this here the name controllers is equal to map controllers initial like this here the final variables and to initialize here like this settings here and also need to give this here the options need to showing this here so need to set options as a initialize initial centers we need to set here. Now we need to give this here the let and logs we need to use this here this plugin let and long and we need to make sure we need to importing here that this lib let long and now give this here the value of this years. Now need to find out our address inside the Google Maps. Now need to set here the let longs value. Need to removing here this value and like this sets our city locations need to put here and also need to set here the zoom level in it zoom need to set here the 15s need to set here 12 is good like this and to set here the const value like this configures and make sure need to give this here the style layer. If you not given then to not show this here the map. First of all need to see how look like this here the UI show. Need to restart this app and to showing this here the simulators. Now need to go inside the main search here's not showing any styles because need to not put this here the map layers. That's why not showing here the Google map any maps not Google Maps. here not showing here the maps. Now this inside need to give this here the style layers. Style layers after need to showing like this here the maps for the showing world map here. Now need to explain how to write down here. First of all need to write down here the style layer, and now need to set here the URL template, and to give this here the string we need to set here the OpenStreetMaps URLs. PNG you need to set here like this here, and then after user agents we need to give this here the package names. Need to find out here our package names in these extensions to now temporary set here the examples like this sets, and to show this here and look like this showing here the maps and showing like this after given this here the styles. Now this is the showing here the Google Maps, and to look like this showing here. Now need to integrate here the our UI for the designs. Need to drawing like this in the center pin locations. Need to find out here address. Now not only making here the UI. Now first of all need to write down here outer of the creates here the columns and to convert into the stack first of all. And now we need to give this here the alignments as a need to set here top centers like this alignments need to configures, and then after need to develop here, and now need to setting here the column like this sets, and to making this here the UI. First of all now making here the container, and now creates here the decorations. Need to set here the color white, then after need to set this here the border radius circulars, set here the pie, then after need to set this here the box shadow const box shadow constants. Need to set here the sorry here's box constant not box shadow, set here color black 12. Need to use this here blur radius. Need to set here the 2, and now also make sure here the margins need to showing here. Need to write down here the margins const edges inset symmetric not symmetric. Need to give this here the only. Need to configure this here the top 30, left we need to set here the 25, then rights we need to configure this here the 25 like this sets here the margins. Now need to draw here the padding. Need to use this here the padding const edges inset symmetric verticals. So need to set here the configuration as a 8, and horizontals need to set here the 8. If you give this here not use this here the symmetric, then to edges inset walls 8s need to given this years, but we need to sometime need to change this here verticals and horizontal different value. That's why I need to always need to use this here the symmetric. Now this is look like this here the pop-ups. Now need to developing inside the row. Need to create here the child, and need to create here the columns, and now need to give this here the main axis alignments as a set here the start, and cross axis alignment also need to set as a start like this two configuration. This is the optionals main axis alignments no needs. If you no needs, then to comment this code. Now we need to create here the row, and we need to draw here the yellow dots. We need to drawing here same as designs containers. Give this here the width and heights. We need to provide this here the 15s, and heights also give this here the 15s. Now need to create here the decorations box decorations. Set here the color T color primary, then after we need to settings here the border radius circulars. We need to setting here the 7.5 like this. We need to set and look like this here the dots need to showing here. Also need to change this here the verticals. Need to set here the 15 similar to our designs, and also need to change here horizontal 15s like this need to showing here. And then after need to set here some width space, give this here the 8 and to set here the const value like this showing here. And then after need to write down here the titles, need to use this here the text and to set here the service at text. And we need to set here the styles, text styles. Need to set here the color, t color, placeholder colors need to set here. And then after need to set this here the font size 14 like this configures and to showing like this here the titles. And then after need to give this here the some height space inside complete this row and to give this here the size box heights we need to set here the 8 and const value we need to setting here. And then after we need to set here the another text, now need to copy here and to showing this here the address, need to give this here the now static same as designs. Tomorrow need to integrate here the dynamic map pins, you need to change maps and to update this here the address like this you need to configure tomorrow. Today not only making here the designs. Then after so need to set this here the placeholder color to primary text colors like this sets and to maximum lines you need to given this here the ones. And make sure you need to given this here the fixed heights you need to configure, you need to setting this here the 16s and increase this here 17 like this showing here because you need to get here the centers of pin value, that's why you need to give this here the fixed heights is matters here, otherwise you need to get here the wrong latitudes longitudes value. Now need to draw here the dotted lines, previous some video inside use this here the dotted lines horizontals, now today need to use this here the verticals. First of all need to find these lines, need to making this line job details and receipt screens, we need to copying this dotted lines here this code and to pasting inside the maps here. After the complete this here the containers need to put this here and first of all need to import this library. And now need to change here the verticals and to line length you need to give this here the 16 like this showing here the lines and similar to show here these lines. And then after you need to chat here the image icons of the center pins you need to already puts inside the UI. Now need to find out here's this image, now need to copy relative path and to make sure you need to put here's image assets and to give this here the this value inside assets. And now need to set here the width, need to give this here the 13s and also need to set here the height 15 like this configures and to showing like this here's 15s and show like this here similar to our designs. And this UI are the making done. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any questions, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.